Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to share another very common error that I see when it comes to your swing, and in particular, your setup and position when you're swinging the ball. Take a look at the scenario and let me know what's wrong with it. That's one. Another one is okay. Now again, none of this is to mock anyone or feel embarrassed or anything like that. These are just common movement scenarios that I see, and it's applicable both in the forehand and the backhand back corners. And essentially a few things are happening. Number one, we're off balance when we're doing that. So as I'm going, I'm hitting and falling backwards, oftentimes using my hand to support myself, and I'm spinning while I'm hitting. Now we see this in other sports, like tennis, for example. People will set up and they'll kind of hit, and then they can come back to the middle of the court. In squash, we don't want to be spinning while hitting. We need to have a very stable base, and we need to lunge while hitting. So anytime you're hitting, you want to be either in this lunge position, open stance, closed stance, or in a 2-foot squat position when you're hitting, quarter squat position. That's going to create the stability that you need when you're hitting the ball. Another mistake, when people are moving off the tee, they oftentimes end up turning and running, and then this also creates a difficult time. One tip, well, there are a few tips. One tip that I would like to share with you today is when you're lunging into the corner, no matter which corner you're going into, your leading foot, try to have that toe pointed into that corner. That's going to create a deceleration, like a block for you, essentially. When your foot's coming this way, you have no deceleration and your weight goes over. So what we really want to be doing is we want to plant this foot facing that back corner so that when we lunge, it absorbs our weight, and then we can recoil or push back to the tee. That's the other thing. When you're coming this way and you're planting incorrectly, not only do you lose that decelerative block, but then you have no recoil, so then you're falling over, and then you're late getting back to the tee. This leads to this really detrimental snowball effect that means you're now, not only have you likely hit a loose shot, but you're also late getting back to the tee. Loose shot means you have less time to begin with. Late getting back to the tee means you now are significantly out of position because your opponents probably played their shot when you're still here gathering your balance and starting to come to the tee. So the tips for today are make sure that when you move off the tee, even if you have to run and chase the ball, make sure that when you get there, your leading foot is planted towards that side wall, towards that back corner if you're chasing, and then try to see if you can develop appropriate deceleration over here, stability when hitting, and then recoil back to the tee. A whole host of problems are suddenly going to be mitigated if you can manage to practice this. Enjoy it and leave some comments and share some feedback if it really does work for you. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.